In today's episode, we're going to be talking about these in-between spaces, or what I call energetic highways. Welcome to Feng Shui Living, the podcast designed for busy women who want to de-stress, live with intention, and create a home that truly supports their well-being. Each week, I'll bring you practical tips, insightful ideas, and simple strategies to enhance both your home and your life. Let's get started. Well, hello and welcome back to this episode of Feng Shui Living. I'm your host, Lisa Morton, and oh my gosh, we're in between book launch events. It's just been a week of feeling overjoyed and so, just so fulfilled. When you worked on something so long and it's coming to fruition, I can hold the book in my hand and I can see the delight in other people's faces as they're opening it. I've received already amazing messages from people who've gone through part of the book and had an aha moment. If you live near me and you know of any great shops, boutiques, or bookstores, or anywhere that might want to host an event or a book signing, please reach out, connect me with them. I'd love a warm introduction, and I'd love to put something together to celebrate this book in their store, boutique, wherever. If you have a great shop, boutique anywhere in the country and you want to get some of my books on your bookshelf, reach out as well. I hope you guys are just loving it. I did just put up on my website. I actually just had my website redone, but I added a tab to get your hands on a signed copy. So if you don't want to go the Amazon route or barnesandnoble.com or wherever, you want a signed copy and you're not coming to an event, let me know. Go to that tab, purchase your book there, and I will personally sign it, package it up with love and care, and ship it off to you. In today's episode, we're talking about those in-between spaces. Think hallways, corners, and entryways. And this isn't something we've talked about in the past. We typically get into those major functioning spaces. The bedroom, where we have to have really good sleep. The kitchen, where we're nourishing our family and preparing foods. The dining room, where we might be eating that food, but also playing games and laughing and having a joyful time. And we think about those really big spaces where things happen, but we don't always think about those other spaces. So today we're talking about the spaces that most people ignore. It's the quiet in-between spaces. These spaces actually hold some of the strongest energy in your home. They connect with flow. They prevent flow. They connect with a sense of transition, the energy of transition, movement, and also subconscious cues. So I want you to just quickly think about one corner or one hallway in your home that you're not loving right now. Just bring it to mind and maybe just envision it for a moment, okay? And I hope by the end of the episode, you're inspired to make a few tweaks. Let's talk about what this in-between energy really is. Now, I want you to use this analogy. Think about these in-between spaces as energetic highways. Just like the interstate takes you home at the end of the day, or you drive down the freeway home from the sporting event. These spaces are like energetic highways. They connect. They're connectors. When they're cluttered, they're narrow, they're dark, or maybe they're just completely forgotten. The whole home can feel dull and heavy and stagnant. But when they're intentional, they can lift the energy. They get the flow moving even better. So I really want you to think about how your space, the space that came to mind, how that's influencing one part of your life or another. For example, a hallway that happens to be in a wealth and abundance area that's cluttered and dark and narrow, that's going to prevent wealth and abundance from coming into your life, or it's going to slow it down, certainly. Maybe you have a front entry that's neglected. Now, if this is you, please go listen to my episode all about the front door because the front door is so important in Feng Shui. But if this is you, you may have some issues with feeling stagnant in your career or whatever your day to day is, your life path. Oftentimes, when there's clutter, there's piles, there's forgotten areas, this can show you exactly where you're stuck or you're rushing through life. So let's talk about these 3 spaces that I really want to get into. Number 1 is the hallway. Think of this as your home's highway. Some signs of good energy would be light, bright, well lit hallways are really good. A simple decor, a clear pathway, and easy movement. Some problems I often see in hallways are too dim of light. It's cluttered, it's dark. This feeling of you just want to get down the hallway fast. Now, I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but if you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or that feeling of it's awkward walking down the hallway because there's clutter and you're afraid you're going to run into something or brush something with your shoulder or your foot. Okay, these are examples of problems in the hallways. So think about hallways as representing transition. This can be a transition from maybe a career shift or a shift in your identity, or maybe you're just shifting into a different season of life. And this is either encouraging it or preventing a smooth transition. What you store or leave in the hallways can often represent unfinished business. Now, I have a personal example of going through this. So some of you might know who've been around for a long time, been following for me for some time. I had an e-commerce business that I started probably 10 years ago called Good Chi. Now, it all started with the Good Chi space clearing spritz, which I still make today. But this was really fun. I had a Shopify store and I sold the most amazing crystal specimens, feng shui tools, gift items, candles with crystals hidden in the bottom. I had beautiful rose quartz bookends and amethyst display pieces. And oh my goodness, was it so fun. I honestly really, really miss it. And I still have the domain just in case someday I want to go back and do it again. But sometimes we get to those points in our life where we have to shift. We can't do it all, right? And I had to choose to put that in the back seat. So I do have a few favorite Good Chi items for sale on Pure Living with Lisa Morton. But here's the thing. I had this business. I came to the conclusion that I had to let it go for now. And wouldn't you know, I had an eye-opening moment maybe a year ago. See, I have this hallway off my office space that goes between my office and a bathroom, the bathroom for this office or guest room area. And when you know, it just became cluttered. It started getting filled up. And actually, in this hallway, there's a really nice closet where I would store all my Good Chi stock. I had an entire closet devoted to rocks and crystals. And oh my gosh, was it a dream come true, space for me. But I tied up the business, but I still had this stuff lingering. I had stickers that I'd put on the boxes and labels and containers and shipping packaging and bubble wrap and craft paper to ship and on top of all the remaining stock that I had. It was really cluttered and it just started building up. And next thing you know, I started adding to it and adding to it. And this hallway became a storage space. Now, I see this as unfinished business because I still had some things to clean out and clear out and tidy and organize. And I started giving away some items and just trying to release as much as I could. And once I could do this, you would not believe the shift. I'll also tell you this. That closet area, that hallway and the closet is in a wealth and abundance area. And once I tidied this up, I ended up getting just overloaded with pure living clients, with Feng Shui consultations, with space clearings. So it definitely opened up that energetic highway. So just a quick story about a personal experience that I've had. So let's get into my location number two. Number two is really about entrances. So your front door. And you know, I am always talking about the front door and the importance of the front door. And this is where energy enters your life. This is so, so vital. Think about the moment you walk in. You're entering that energy. Okay. What is it saying? What is, this space sets the mood before you even witness it, before you even experience it. It influences any opportunities coming. If you're looking for that promotion, if you're looking to get something wonderful into your life, and it's stagnant here, it's going to block, it's going to slow that down. And it also affects first impressions. If a guest were to walk into your home and your foyer is filled with clutter and 500 pairs of shoes on the floor, then think about how that's going to affect their impression of you. Remember, visual clutter equals mental clutter too. So you might not be working or functioning, but it will spread throughout. To support this space, I recommend light, bringing in natural light and opening the curtains, or some warm white light fixtures, bright enough to light up the space. Maybe add a mirror. Be mindful of the mirror placement. We're near the front door, but use a mirror off to a side to help reflect that light and lighten and brighten. Remember to add some greenery here too. Some wood element is excellent to get moving forward and to just go forward with whatever your goals are and take advantage of that energy that's coming in. And then also, please, please clear the floor. Clear the floor, get the book bags off the floor and hung up on a wall. Add a hanging system. Add some shoe cubbies. Because if those shoes are blocking the door from fully opening, we're preventing all of that good energy coming in. We're only getting a little bit when we could be getting so much more. Remember that you can invite in so much good energy by just loving on your front door. Okay, so we talked hallways, we talked front doors, and here's the other one that's kind of interesting, corners. Do you have a cluttered corner? Cluttered corners collect energy, literally. When I do a space clearing, the corners are some of the most difficult spaces to clear out because it just collects. It makes sense, right? If you have I have dogs and sometimes it's time to sweep the floor and there's always extra dog hair or crumbs or whatever in the corners. Things naturally collect in corners. So it's so important to be mindful of your corners. Oftentimes there's dust. There might be clutter, dead plants, piles, stacks of things. And this really shows where chi stops moving. So be mindful of cleaning and tidying up the corners. Corners represent places that we avoid emotionally or even mentally. Brightening them can also just make your mood. It can lift your mood by brightening and lifting the energy of those corner spaces. What do you do with a corner space? Well, turn it into a little moment of beauty. Add a plant, maybe a plant on a stand to lift it up and give it a little height, a candle, a shelf with a candle, or maybe a single piece of artwork. Remember those corners. They are so important. These in-between spaces affect how you feel in all the real rooms, the bedroom, the bathroom, the dining room. So do not forget to address these. Remember, if you change the in-between, you change the whole. So I want you to walk through your home today and look around. Look at the hallways, the corners, and check in on that entry. I'm also going to add a link to the show notes to the front door episode. If you haven't listened to that, please go listen to that episode. It's so, so good. I don't want you to miss it. And if you loved this, be sure to check out my book, Aligned at Home, for more on how your space shapes your life. I hope you'd enjoy this short and sweet episode all about the in-between spaces, some of those forgotten spaces. I will see you at our next episode. Special thanks to our sponsor, Elevated Living School of Holistic Design and Feng Shui. For more information, head over to the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, give us a 5-star review, and share this episode with a friend. We'll see you next time.